Hello there, English class 5. In this class, we are going to understand these 8 points. Especially, there are 5. You can take a look of them. They are what we are going to study, and in the last 3, we are going to help you to practice this tense in your speaking. This is going to be amazing video. If you are going to watch this till the end, you are going to understand what is a past continuous, and there are different type of usage. There are a lot of use of them. Today, you're going to understand overlapping, duration of the habits, etc. etc. Let's try to start from what is the past continuous tense. Well, in simple words, you can say past continuous tense is ongoing action in the past. Something was going on. That's the one simple definition. Or you can say that the past continuous can describe some actions, events that started in the past, was continuing, going on until another action happened, right? So they are showing the simultaneousness. So let me try to help you with one example, then we can go to another one. Ruli was playing when her mom arrived home. This type of sentence in English we can say overlapping, right? So Ruli was playing when her mother arrived home. So first action was happening. So simultaneously another action happened, and we can call overlap action. So in the first tense we used past continuous, and the next action we used past simple. It doesn't matter, you can use any of them. But any of them means past tense, not future, right? It doesn't mean like that. So let me try to take you another page that's gonna be really really fascinating for you. As we discuss overlapping, she was reading books in the library when I saw her first time. So this action is showing some simultaneously. So showing simultaneously. For example, there are action was happening at the same time. She was reading, and at that time I saw her. So that's something at the same time. So that's what we can say in English, overlapping action. Second, story background. Might be a little bit confusion for you, but I'm going to help you in a very simple thing and simple words. Julia was singing and I was watching, or I was studying English. I and other students got disturbed. So, this is a story background. If you're going to compare the first action and second action, like overlapping and a story background, you might be confused because I have used both. In the first, I use continuous and then past, and overlapping and story I have used the same because I mean structure. First I use continuous and then I have used past simple. If you are confused, let me try to clarify. Suppose you're talking overlapping. Overlapping is just they are telling you simultaneousness, something that is happening at the same time. At the meanwhile, we talk story background. Story background, they are talking about narration, something that was keep happening, the story of something. So Julia was singing, and I was studying, and then I and they got disturbed. Then we did this, we was doing that, was that. It doesn't matter. You're going to use past simple or past continuous, but you are telling someone the background of the story, right? So one action was happening, another was again happening, then this happened, this. Overlap is a little bit different. Overlap, you're just trying to tell them something that was happening at the same time. That's the simple difference between two actions. So Julia's mom was binge watching TV series every day. This is what they are explaining past habits. Something that was continuously happening. It was her habit that she used to watch again and again. So that kind of habit, right? For example, I was drinking a lot of water, but now I'm not. So I'm telling my habit. I'm explaining you my habit. All right. Now going to fourth one. I was eating dinner when my dad called me to pick him up from the airport. That was some kind of interruptions of our of our action. I was doing first action, but I got disturbed with my action because I needed to go there. So I had to go. I mean, so this is what I think I have combined two things together as well. If you are going to focus carefully, the first, second, and fourth one, their use is almost same. Continuous, then simple. Continuous, then simple, right? But they have different meanings. So that's all I think we can say. Furthermore, talking about positive, negative, interrogative, and negative interrogative. That's really interesting because if you understand this, you're going to understand the whole thing. Let me quickly wrap up. Subject, was, were, helping verb, ing. You can put object and whatever you have object. So I was and she was, but they were playing. So negative, I was, we were, they were, she was, right, but not. She was not. She wasn't. In contraction, wasn't, weren't. Interrogative, you can add was, were before the subject, and then you could have ing. So ing is very important. Verb ing. First base form of verb and plus ing. And another word we say present participle. Present participle means um, verb plus ing. That's it. And negative interrogative, you're going to use two different way, formal and informal. Informal, uh, was, were, weren't, wasn't, weren't they, wasn't she, like this. But when we talk more formal, so was she not helping you, was she not helping you, this is more formal. But remember or keep in mind, we don't use formal so common. The most common use in English is informal. Was not, were not, subject, and ing, verb, then object. That's all in the structure. And talking about subjects, here are some subjects. I was, you were, they were, we were, he was, she was, it was, anyone name, Jay was, Anna was. But when you have a two people, she and I, you can use were, right? So she and I were, and Anna or Ruli was, because we are going to choose one of them. So we are going to make it more clear here. Let's try to focus simply here that I was teaching you, that's 100% safe. I mean 100% same. I meant, so we were going to London. Were we going to London? We weren't going to London. And weren't we? Weren't we is it last? Weren't we going to London? Were we not going to London? This is not really common. As you can see, this is less common in spoken English and more common in the last one. Great. I hope you catch me. That's what I want to help you. We are going to use them, try to pause the video, try to understand more. Tanya was playing tennis in the afternoon. She was playing tennis with her friend. So almost they are same. She and I weren't playing yesterday. They weren't playing together. They were just sitting. That's all I think it is. So, moving to another one. Was he working last week, or were you walking all the day alone? So, were you walking all the day alone? You're asking question, right? Weren't we listening to radio? Wasn't she drying the laundry this morning? When you take a look of this one above, fourth one, past continuous interrogative and interrogative negative, and let's go back, past continuous positive negative. So it was positive, and this is interrogative and interrogative negative, or negative interrogative. You may say that. Have a focus more about this part. It is very interesting. Yes or no. Yes no question that can be answered by just saying yes or no, right? Were you at party? Were you at party? Yes or no? So without giving more detail. Open-ended, you have to give more detail to encourage someone to speak more about this specific question that you have asked. For this, I have to help you in this page. So, mom, hey Rolly, were you drinking last night? Yes, that's finished. Why were you drinking last night? Because my friend turned 18, it was her birthday party, right? That's what I think we can say, that open-ended question always start with why, when, how, where, related word, how many words you will have, WH, how, when, why, etc. And yes, no, you just have to use with the were and weren't with the starting of the sentence, right? So I hope you understand this. That's all these 5 points. But talking about the next one, that's very interesting exercise. Now you're going to pause video. This is all for you. You are going to practice speaking. Now you are going to use a story background. One of them we have learned. This is what you're going to use here in this way, or you can also use other, but mainly here you have to use that one as I mentioned. So in this picture, what was happening, what was another action happened, or you have to just start with a story background. There are some interesting verbs for you, some nouns for you. You have to just describe this picture. By the way, this picture was taken from Copilot. It's very good. I hope you can try to search any picture you want. Copilot, Microsoft. All right. Another exercise is this. This time, another picture. Some slight changes you might have focused, and some new vocab I added for you here. Just pause video and describe the same this way. If you're going to just pause and try to describe one minute, that's enough for you to understand this one, the use of each part we have studied so far. And lastly, we have to focus here. What you have to do is this one, this column, this is what about background story or story background. You're going to describe, but you have to put just ing. I was growing up in the Australia, so snakes were nothing new to me. But when I was teenager, I was coming very close to being bitten. So bitten is third form of the verb. Now the rest of them you have to do it by yourself. Pause video, do that, and try to send me below in the chat. I'll be able to help you to understand what you have got. Lastly, we have this one. This is your mainly homework. You have to write five example to all of them. If you do this way, you are going to understand how to make positive sentences, negative sentences, interrogative, negative, and you are going to be master of this tense, right? And finally, I will say thank you so much for watching this interesting video. I hope you really enjoyed the video, and this is our channel, the Lakhan Damani. You are going to subscribe, like, share for more videos, and comment below if you like it or not, and what kind of other grammar or other kind of videos are you interested in. So I will be really glad to help you out. Thank you so much. Love you guys. See you in the next videos. Thank you.